Hi everyone, my name is Chris and I'm back with another reading for you guys. And today we're going to look at who is your future spouse and where are they on their romantic journey to you. Like, where are they in their romantic life? This reading is for those who aren't together with their future spouse yet. Most likely you'll be single or like not sure who your future spouse is, things like that. So if you're already in a relationship with a person, I mean, you can watch it, I guess, just for entertainment purposes, but this is aimed at those of you that are single. And as always, guys, just take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Of course, we say this phrase in the community quite a lot, but it is, just to reiterate that I'm just the random lady on the internet, and not every single thing that I'm going to say today is going to resonate with every single one of you, because these readings are watched by hundreds, if not thousands, of people. So, of course, every single person has a different situation. So, let's use our common sense. Let's not take every single word as gospel, and let's just have fun, because these readings are meant to have fun. They're meant to help you raise your vibration, help you just have a good time overall, and to help you connect with the energy of your future spouse. Okay. All right, so today, guys, we have three piles to choose from. You will choose from a flower card and a piece of Murano glass that is from Venice. And for pile number one, you guys will have the Verbena card. Is that how you pronounce the flower? Verbena. And your Murano glass is this beautiful piece over here. So this is for pile number one. Pile number two, your card will be the Rosemary card. And your piece of Murano glass is this one here. It's like a drop shaped. And these are the two together. So this is pile number two. And pile number three, you have the Sweet Pea card. Pile number three, and this is your piece of Murano glass. That's them together. You can choose by looking at the card alone. You can choose by whichever combination you feel most drawn to, or you can choose by the pieces of Murano glass. I'm feeling quite different energies for every single pile, but if you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe there's messages in every single pile for you. Every single pile, maybe you want to watch the whole reading, I don't know, but just make sure to be discerning if you're watching more than one pile, okay? Because I am getting different energies. So we're gonna start with group number one, as always. So hi, group number one, whoever chose this piece of Murano glass and the Verbena card, this is your pile. Let's see what I'm getting. Of course, these are kind of matching with the purpley tones, because the flower itself is purple. So I have picked a bunch of oracle cards for you guys that we'll look at, and then we will go into the tarot portion after that. I'm just gonna channel whatever I'm getting just now. I'm getting that whoever is watching, you're very connected. You are very connected to the universe, to the world around you. You're very observant of yourself and others. I feel like you're quite self-aware. And you're not afraid to speak your mind. You're also quite artistic, I'm feeling. Whatever that may mean to you. You could be like artistic in your day-to-day job, but you could also be like a painter, a writer, or a musician, whatever that may be. The keywords for this card is harmony and revitalization. And because you're so in touch with the world around you, with spirit, with the universe, you're connected. Whether you realize it or not, you're more connected than you know already. this brings a sense of harmony for you because you're able to alchemize all aspects of your life. Maybe you're doing that right now. Maybe you're finding that balance. Maybe you're finding what needs to be balanced out in your life. Overall, very intuitive pile here, very connected, like I said. And you kind of like a nice balance of masculine and feminine here. So is your future spouse. You're both like very balanced people. Okay, let's see what else we've got. These two are stuck together. So we've got the flow card, which is beautiful. Number 66. You could be in your 60s, no worries if you're not. We're also getting the number 3. So you could be life path number 3. You could be born in the month of March. You could be born on the 3rd of any month, or the 6th of any month, or the 12th of any month as well. You could have a child that's 3 years old, 6 years old, or 12 years old as well. Or one of your kids are of these ages, or multiple kids are of these ages. And this is Caribbean calcite, so you could be of Caribbean descent, or your future spouse could be of Caribbean descent. No worries if they're not, because again, multiple people are watching. These are just extra little confirmations. But again, it's the flow. It's the flow card. You both, you and your future spouse, you're both flowing with, well, obviously the saying, going with the flow, is there for a reason, but you're very, balanced people. You do just flow with life, flow with the universe. You are really good with change, and it's not like you like change, but you're good with it. You are able to navigate whatever life throws at you, and I feel like you both have been through a lot in this life. That's why you are the way you are now. That's why you have the outlook you have on life already. It's because it's not been easy, but you saw that you can overcome so much, and you understand that you will overcome more in the future, and that you can handle life's ups and downs. You could be seeing a lot of 6s recently as well, or another message is that you could be seeing a lot of 6s right around the time you are getting together with your future spouse, so whether you know them or not already. Now we've got the sweet water, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. So this is the connection between you two is a very fertile connection. And I'm feeling your future spouse is a very sensual person. They like the romantic things in life as well. They even take themselves out on dates. They go and have dinner on their own. They go to the movies alone. They generally do things that they enjoy. They don't just like wait around for somebody to be free to do stuff they actually enjoy doing and that they want to do. They just go and do it. They will also they also want a family. If you already have children, like I mentioned before, then you will have a beautiful blended family together. And again, the key word of balance, right? The key word of harmony, the flow. This is all very synchronistic. And you both like the finer things in life, in the sense of you like good food, you like to travel, or you like to do the things you enjoy. You like to enjoy life. You don't just sit around and do nothing. You actually, like, if you're eating food, you make sure it's good food. If you're going out to have experiences, you make sure they're actually enjoyable. You don't just rot at home all the time. That's how your relationship will be. You'll be actually doing stuff together. It won't just be like sitting at home watching TV all the time. No. But it will be balanced. Like, I'm not saying that you're not gonna stay at home and like watch a movie every once in a while. That's enjoyable too, as long as it's not like, as long as it's done with harmony and balance, right? As long as you're not overdoing things. That's the main thing here. Okay, so my question when I pulled these cards now were, where is your future spouse now in their romantic journey to you? I was more interested to know about their romantic life and not just what they do for work or whatever. If that comes through, great. If not, then not. Because there's one particular group in this reading that is very career focused. For like, this is a career man, so he just doesn't really know anything else. But for you, I feel like this is a very balanced individual. They like a work and life balance. They don't work 70, 60 hours a week or whatever. They actually want to go home and enjoy their life. They don't just want to be, stuck at work all the time. Even if their work is creative, they want to have like time for their family, for their friends, for their hobbies, whatever that may be. But they are a bit disillusioned with the illusions card here in love. I feel like they haven't had the most positive of relationships in their life when it comes to romantic relationships. I feel like they have really good friends around them. That's really that's coming through. But when it comes to love, they're disillusioned. I don't think they're super hopeful at the moment. They are enjoying their life, so they're not desperate for love, which is a good place to be. But they're also not really excited about putting their heart on the line and, taking the risk of falling in love, because they understand that it's a risk. They do know that it's a risk worth taking with the right person, and you, of course, will be the right person for them. But they don't really see, like, much, you don't feel a lot of excitement about it because they have been hurt. Just like all of us, right? They have been hurt in the past. They aren't really meeting people that they would be excited about just now. Even if you know each other, they obviously are not together. So there isn't really like the most positive outlook they have on love or their dating life, more likely. Okay, so this makes sense a bit more now. So we've got the clout hungry, which is a little cute little mouse on the card. I'll show you in a minute. It says clout hungry, says anything, does anything, makes shit up dramatic. So I feel like they have been attracting these kinds of people. Because your future spouse is quite a creative person as well, they could be in a creative field in their job as well. I wouldn't be surprised. And they are most likely, if they are, they will be quite successful with what they do. And people, like, knowing them in the field, for example, is quite a good thing because they have a good reputation, right? So some people might just be clout hungry, and kind of go after their status or how they're perceived in the community because they're like good on paper, instead of going for them as a person. So I think like that's why they've been mostly disillusioned. And also, people haven't been in their romantic relationships, the people they've been with, they haven't been particularly considerate of them. When you're in a relationship, you should consider your partner in like major life decisions that you are making, like, I don't know, taking a new job, moving, whatever that may be. And I feel like they haven't been considered in their past relationships. They'll open up to you about it eventually. But yeah, there's some like unnecessary drama in the relationship. I hate the word drama, to be honest, because if we're calling people too dramatic, whatever, it's sometimes in certain situations ends up being like people can't express their emotions, and like just for expressing one's emotions, people are being called dramatic, just because of crying or whatever. But no, this was like the kind of drama where people get bored if there's no drama because of their own issues and their own things that they need to work on. So again, it's kind of like attracting partners that haven't really worked on themselves. So yeah, this is where they're at. And this is good news because we have the cleaning it up card, which is 21. You could have met when you were 21 years old. Maybe you cross paths with your future spouse when you were 21 years old. Of course, you never got together. I don't really feel like you're in your teens or like early 20s for this group. I mean, if you are, I guess welcome too. But for most of you, I feel like 30 is enough kind of energy. Like I said, you could even be in your 60s, Could also be in your 60s. That was the wrong word to use. Um, so they're kind of cleaning it up, cleaning their environment up now, and they're not entertaining people that they aren't number one, they aren't excited about. Number two, that they can where they can see the red flags. They're not entertaining those people anymore. Whereas beforehand they might have focused on their looks more. Now they're kind of like, right, how does this person add to my life? Again, number three is super important, because we're obviously numerologically. Number three is very strong in this reading. So before you're meeting your future spouse, you could also be seeing a lot of number threes, not just sixes. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm using the Mythos Tarot by Helena Elias. It's a beautiful deck. That one wanted to come through, but it didn't. We've got 2 cups here. I think your person, your future spouse, they're really thinking about what kind of relationship they want and what kind of partner they want to be. Because, you know, they are realizing that instead of looking for the right person, you have to become the right person, right? You have to become the perfect partner, first of all, before you can even think about anything else. And now we've got the Ace of Wands here. I do still see that they are partaking in casual flings. Again, because like I said, they only have started kind of cleaning their act up, and act in the sense of not entertaining people that they know are not their person. You've got the Sun, but they're also focusing on things that make them happy. And they're really focusing on their creativity at this time as well, because it makes them happy. And you know, like the thing that I said about them maybe partaking in casual flings, I don't see this for every single one of you in this group, but it will, like, I mean, especially if you're looking for a masculine, you know, they experience the world a bit differently still, and they don't put as much importance on these things. I've got 10 of Cups. Again, the emotional fulfillment topic. What fulfills me? What makes me happy? How do I find the balance in my life between all of my areas of life? And then we've got the Knight of Swords. So I feel like they're moving really quickly towards their goals and towards their emotional fulfillment. I feel like they're actually taking action to get to their goals and to what makes them happy. And now we've got the Three of Pentacles here as well. You could meet at work, by the way, or like some sort of a professional environment, or some sort of collaboration, whether it's like volunteering. Is that kind of environment where you collaborate with others. Got the Wheel of Fortune. I think they have accepted their destiny now, and maybe they have gone against their destiny in the past by choosing the wrong people. But now they realize that, hey, those kind of people don't make me happy. Just getting more messages, that's why I stopped abruptly. Just bear with me, guys. You know how it goes. Got Two of Swords here. So you're coming through in this connection as the High Priestess. They're coming through as the King of Pentacles. So they, yeah, like the feminine in this connection is very, very psychic. So I feel like you have connected with your future spouse's energy already. Strong earth sign placements. If you're the feminine watching, that is, flip the genders and the energies as you wish. It's not about gender, it's about the energy, right? Got Five of Wands. I think they realize that they don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore. What makes them happy makes them happy. It's nobody else's business how they live their life. it really is nobody else's business. I'm glad the world here. They're closing out a cycle at the moment, guys, in the romantic life. I think they're kind of saying bye to the casual flings. They might still have one or two just, to get out of their system one last time or whatever. But other than that, they're kind of working towards like not entertaining the short term options anymore. Again, like we're all human, like, change takes time. You can't have the all or nothing mentality when it comes to these things because it needs to be gradual, at least for your person. Like I said, there needs to be balance. As long as you're not overdoing it, they're happy. And they have now accepted the fact that long-term relationship is what will fulfill them, and that's what they want. And just because maybe like people in their field, like except especially if they're a musician or like works in the entertainment industry, the whole casual fling slash not taking things too seriously mentality is kind of normalized. Not to say that it's wrong or anything, but the people around them, they feel like that. To me, they really feel like the Knight of Wands kind of energy, where F boys, F girls, where they just um are very hedonistic, and they just care about short-term gratification rather than getting into long-term relationships. And I feel like they are surrounded by people like that a lot at the moment. But they realizing that, hey, like this is, I don't have to do the same just because everybody else around me is doing it. I want a long-term relationship because that's what makes me fulfilled. And it's not to say that not wanting a long-term relationship is wrong, but we're looking at your future spouse here. We're looking at somebody you will spend your life with, right? So of course we're talking about a long-term relationship here, and your person, your future spouse, is realizing that they would like to get married, that they don't find fulfillment in these short-term flings, and that they would like to have a child one day if they don't already have a child. But I think they would like another one. If they already have a child, they would like another one. And you guys are destined to have a fire sign child, so sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Remember, it's not just the sun sign. And your child is going to be very creative, and it's actually, the child could create some very important things in their lifetime that will be passed on to future generations. Because creativity is not just music or art. It can be many things. You can be, you have to be a creative inventor. Like inventors are one of the most creative people in history, because they had to think outside the box. They had to invent brand new things that have never been created before. But yeah, your future spouse has stopped competing with other people. They are now looking at themselves, looking in the mirror, and understanding that being in a long-term relationship is something that they would love. So yes, you could meet at work. Strong earth sign placements for the masculine, Gemini placements for the feminine in this connection. And the feminine is gonna, like, well, obviously you both will get pregnant really quickly in this connection as well. So take necessary precautions as you have to. But yeah, very happy marriage overall, guys. It's destined. You don't have to worry. Like, you will get together. You'll be fine. You're already like connecting in the 5D, especially the feminine. Like, she's the more, like, the masculine's more like the grounded type. They're not super spiritual, I don't see. They are really connected, but they don't put those kind of labels on. You know how they are, like the masculines, like, oh, like, I don't really think about spirituality, but then they're like the most intuitive person you ever met, and you're like, well, you just don't want to call it that because it's not like super manly or whatever. But yeah, we need to change the narrative about like the topic of spirituality, about it being so woo woo and whatever. It really isn't. It's I mean, I would love to write a book with just a quantum physicist, just together, sit down with a quantum physicist and interview them on the matters of the universe, you know. Because I mean, there has to be an explanation, right? Like why we're experiencing, us psychic people, I mean, why we're experiencing the world we're experiencing it the way we are, and why the things we say and see fucking come true, right? So there has to be an explanation for it. It's just we don't have it yet, but it doesn't mean it's not true. So this person is very connected. They just don't really, they haven't really thought about it, and they haven't really looked into the actual topic of spirituality or quantum mechanics or anything like that. Because in quantum mechanics, it's actually already been proven that human consciousness does not come from this earth. Nobody knows where it comes from, but they can tell you now that human consciousness does not come from this earth. And probably any kind of consciousness, but of course, like the human consciousness aspect has been proven. I don't know about animals. Maybe animals as well. I'll have to look into that. But it is a fascinating subject. Regardless, it's just that, yeah, the masculine is like more grounded. They're more like more logical, and like the feminine here is like way connected. Well, most likely you're the feminine watching this, so it makes sense, right? So yeah, guys, I mean, your masculine is getting there. They're a bit like disillusioned, like I said, with love, and they haven't really had the best experiences, but they're trying to clean it up. They're looking in the mirror, they're realizing like, hey, well, you know, I've made those choices in love still. Like nobody made them for me. Nobody forced me to be with these people. Whereas like maybe I had better options out there, but I didn't choose them, right? Now they're like, right, okay, maybe I should work on that a little bit and clean my act up. So yes, they are doing that. And like I said, beautiful relationship, beautiful marriage, and don't worry, it's all destined. It's all gonna be great. It's all gonna be fine. You just need time. We're not gonna be looking at time frames here because it's quite useless. Because it's gonna be different for every one of you, and I feel like energy and like is just too unpredictable. Because you know, I don't really think that for a lot of us who use our free will, it's really hard to determine timings. You would have to like not change anything ever, like for the timings not to change. But again, it's a fascinating topic, like the way these things work. But yeah, this is all that I have for my pile number ones. Let me know if it resonated in the comments. I hope it did, but no worries if it didn't. Just pick another pile or pick another reading. And if you like my vibe, please extra comment and subscribe. Everything and anything helps the channel grow, especially your subscribes. Your subscribes are really, really helping to propel this channel a bit further. And well, the more we grow, guys, the more I can start offering you as well. The better equipment I can buy, the better quality content I can offer, and the more I can keep putting out there, because I know that it's really helping and it's really reaching more people. So thank you so much for all of your subscribes, and hit that notification bell down below to get notified of my future uploads as well. And yeah, I love you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your energy. You have beautiful energy, and I shall see another reading. Bye. Hi, group number 2, whoever chose the Rosemary card. Actually, rosemary is my favorite herb to use for cleansing. I love burning it because it's like one of the only things that don't stink too much. Because I feel like Palo Santo, I hate the smell of Palo Santo. I don't like it. I guess Florida water is okay, but that's expensive. Rosemary I can just buy in the supermarket or pick myself and then dry it at home, you know, that sort of thing. With sage as well, we all know the ethical stuff with the sage, so I try not to buy sage that much. But with rosemary, I feel like it's so good for protection. Get some salt, get some rosemary, you're sorted for every single spell work as well. So you're a crazy protected couple here. You and your future spouse. I feel like your connection as well, and like the thread between you two, you know, the invisible thread, it's super protected as well. Like nothing and nobody can come in between you. And again, we have vision, determination as the keywords for the card. So It's been long determined, but you're also determined to find each other. You have the same vision, you have the same lifestyle, or at least similar, and you have similar values here as well. So this is a very compatible couple that I'm seeing and I'm tuning into. Very compatible people, calm people as well. I feel like in your household there will be no shouting, no, aggression. When somebody gets upset, you process the emotions and then you sit down and you just talk about it. So I don't think you'll actually argue. You'll just have discussions and that will be it. I feel like you're both very good communicators here. You also both cry. Like when you need to cry, you just cry. You're not scared of crying in front of others. I mean, some of you might even not care of crying in public. You might be doing that as well. Not that like you have to do it or anything. It's just that if you have to cry, you cry. It's very like healthy expression of emotions. Like you just feel the emotion whenever you need to, and you don't press anything down, which is so good. And your future spouse is the same. They're very emotionally expressive. Okay, let's see what else we're getting. So we've got the balance card, which is beautiful, number 45. It's magnetite. So this is the balance card over here. Got number 45. So you could be in your 40s. No worries if you're not. You could be getting married in your 45, or like one of you is 45 or both of you is 45. Number 9 is significant here as well. It could be life path number 9. You could be born on the 9th of any month or in September. Could be also born on the 4th of any month or the 5th of any month, or also in April or May. Also, those zodiac signs, sun, moon, and rising, are also significant. You could have, again, I'm saying this, you could have a child that's 9 years old. No worries if you don't. It's just for extra confirmations. Could be Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, or Venus as well. Welcome, because I am as well. I have lots of Sagittarius in my chart, but I'm sun and rising Sagittarius. Very adventurous couple. I feel like you'll love going outdoors, spending time in nature. I mean, your future spouse already does that and they enjoy it. We have the ripple effect, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. So you both have a strong sense of purpose in this life, and I feel like you're both of service to others in whatever capacity that may be, because you could just be volunteering every once in a while, but you could your whole job could be, you know, of a strong purpose, whether like somebody's a doctor or a teacher or whatever that may be, like a creator, because I feel like, the creative work really gives back to the community in different ways. But part of something bigger, and you could actually meet and while you are in your purpose, I feel like you're both really in your purpose and you feel like you're doing meaningful things with your life, and that's how you're meeting while doing said meaningful things. And also they're saying don't worry about the details how you're meeting or got it taken care of, or don't worry about the details how you're getting together, that's sorted. We've got alone time, spend some time alone, it will help you gain clarity on your relationship. So I feel like you are both the kind of people who like their alone time as well. So in this relationship, you will take time for yourself. It doesn't come across at all like a codependent relationship or anything like that. It feels more interdependent, which is very healthy. And we've got threatening, intimidating, threatened, bothered. So with these couple of cards, I basically asked what part of their romantic journey in their romantic life are they at right now. So they're actually taking alone time and they're going within at this moment in time, and they actually are a bit scared of dating again, which is, we're all human, come on, like these are like somebody's like deepest and darkest thoughts, and they're just, letting me know in the comments, oh, I would never go out with somebody who's scared of dating. No, no, no. It's like, well, you can be scared and do it anyway. You can be threatened. You can feel threatened or intimidated and do it anyway. That's the whole point of the human condition. Like, we're all scared of something. You know what I mean? The part is to be scared and to do it anyway, to a certain extent, of course. And we got blessed. We got number 22. You could be seeing a lot of 222s. You could be seeing a lot of nines around the time you're getting together with your future spouse. This connection is blessed, as weird as that sounds. But basically, like I said, your connection is protected. Nothing can tear your cord apart. Your invisible string is there, always, no matter what. And every single thing that you do leads you closer to your future spouse. So don't worry about doing something wrong that will take you away from your future spouse. No, that's impossible. This is blessed. This is destined. But also, I feel like your future spouse is a very lucky person. Like, whatever they put their mind to kind of works out. And actually, their dating life is also blessed for some reason. I think they're just in their head a little bit about dating in general. They kind of they're taking their alone time now, which is, necessary for everyone. But I think they make it out to be a bit more serious than it has to be, and Spirit is kind of like telling them like, hey, but they're also telling you, maybe you're dreading dating, maybe you're looking at dating apps and thinking it's the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's not great, we all know that, but at the same time, we gotta start somewhere and we gotta move forward. So you're both kind of making it out in your head, this whole dating thing, like, to be way scarier than it actually is. Also, changing your outlook on things also helps, right? Because if you just look at it as meeting some new people, no worries if it doesn't work out. At least, like, I met an interesting person. I feel like you're both very close to closing out the cycle of being alone and getting together. So I feel like for this group, you're quite close to actually getting together and to marriage. Like I said, no matter what you do, it's already done here. Your future spouse has strong water sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So that's Scorpio, Pisces. What's the other one? Cancer. There we go. So we got the Four of Swords and got the Eight of Swords. Yeah, like, for me, this kind of brings me back to the need for healing, the need for healing in general, but also when it comes to topics of love. Um, because, of course, I think with both of you, it's not out of nowhere that you're dreading dating. It's not out of nowhere. It really isn't. And it's due to your past experiences. And the fact that you need to heal from that is completely reasonable. It's just that you gotta reach a place, which you already, like, almost have, both of you. Whether you could be at different points in your journey right now, take it as it resonates. Maybe you've been through that and now you're out the other side, but your future spouse hasn't gotten out completely the other side yet. They're a very sensitive person, you see. They feel really deeply this masculine, and they do really wear their heart on their sleeve. And it's kind of like, I'm reading their energy. I'm like, oh honey, because people have taken advantage of that, and I understand that. And I've got the Queen of Cups now. I've got the King of Queen of Cups here. So it is a divine match. Like I said, you're perfectly aligned with each other at this moment in time, even energetically speaking. I think that your future spouse could potentially have a child with somebody else. It won't apply for everybody, but it will apply to some. And that child could be 9 years old. No worries if they're not, of course, but that's what's coming through. So I think like this healing journey is kind of almost over. This person is really scared that they're going to be lied to. I think they've been lied to a lot in the past, or somebody deceived them, somebody betrayed them, stabbed them in the back when it comes to love. So I feel like that's what they're healing from. But this alone time, it has really transformed them with a death card here. And their healing journey is almost over. They're almost out the other side. I really see that. I genuinely do. They're almost able to reap the rewards of their hard labor, of their hard work on themselves. I've got 3 cups here. Again, guys, like, you gotta just date like you're dating, you're hanging out with your friends. You don't have to put so much importance on every single person you go on a date with. Both of you. I'm getting this message for both of you. And even when you kind of start dating each other, the love will blossom from a friendship here. The friendship will be the base of your connection, the foundation. And then there will be a marriage, there will be serious commitment. You could already know each other for this particular group with the judgment card here, as the overall energy. You could already be friends or acquaintances. I don't really throw around the word friend like lightly. It's just that there's this, you know, real aversion to dating from both energies. I'm feeling that. Like I said, maybe one of you is further along than the other, but regardless, like, the whole topic of dating is not very enjoyable to even think about, not to mention doing anything about it. But you just change your approach in a more casual way, and you'll be surprised how it all changes when you just treat people as friends in the beginning. It's not to say that you cannot call it a date, a romantic date or anything, but it's like you don't have to kiss people, you don't have to do anything with anyone. You don't have to make any decisions immediately. You can go on 5 or even 10 dates with somebody without even kissing them if you don't want to do that. If you want to do that, then great. But if you don't, then you don't have to. It's just that I see that you both really feel deeply, and you're scared of like getting attached too quickly and then like getting backstabbed or hurt or lied to. Like, somebody says that they want a relationship and then all they want is to get to bed, and after they get you to bed, that's it. Do you know what? You don't have to go to bed with anybody, like, for months. It doesn't, or even, Jesus, like, if you are the kind of person who generally just wants to wait for marriage to get into the bedroom and to do it, then that's okay too. Like, you are in alignment with your future spouse, whatever that may be, because it will be different for each and every one of you. And you will not repel the wrong person. You will not repel the right person. You will repel the wrong person, of course. But good riddance. But I see like this really strong foundation of friendship here, and the love blossoming from there. But yes, your person, they do tend to overthink a lot. I mean, nobody's perfect, and they might suffer from anxiety every once in a while. I don't know, like, if it's a disorder or not. But yeah, I mean, you're compatible with each other. You're the perfect match. So if you're watching this and you're hearing that, oh my god, I could never date somebody with anxiety, but it's like most people nowadays have anxiety anyway, of any kind. There's different like levels of it anyway. So yeah, I mean, overall, like, you're really compatible. This is a victorious connection. You will get married, and you will be genuinely friends for the rest of your life. You will have a very strong foundation, and like I said, very calm couple. Like, very, like, you sit down, you discuss things, and you're very, like, conscious of the other person's perspective and views and feelings when you're talking to each other, even when you're upset. This is amazing, you guys. So even if somebody's like overthinking or anxious, they don't just blurt things out or anything like that. Your future spouse is a very measured person, very thoughtful. All right, so this is all they have from a pile number 2s. Obviously we didn't go into like what your future spouse does for work or anything. I just wanted to see where they're at right now with their dating journey, romantic journey, and a little bit about who they are. But I feel like we got decent answers for this group as well. So yeah, I hope it resonated. Let me know if it did in the comments. No worries if it didn't, just pick another pile or pick another reading. And if you like my vibe, please actually comment and subscribe. Anything helps the channel grow, especially your subscribes, guys. Your subscribes are really what makes the channel go forward, and the bigger we grow, the more like content I can offer, first of all. Second of all, like, you know, the better quality equipment I can get, and just I know then that the content is resonating with you guys and that you want to see more. So if you do want to be notified whenever I upload, just click the notification bell down below, and of course hit that like button, that comment if you feel like doing so. And I shall see another reading. Bye, guys. And last but not least, pile number 3, whoever chose the Sweet Pea card and this piece of Murano glass, this is your pile. So we've got gratitude and joy. I think, oh, guys, I think this is my pile as well, because I just know the energy of my future spouse, and I feel like I might get a bit emotionally attached to this group. So, just saying. So we've got gratitude and joy. So the first message that came through when I saw it, it was that when you meet and get together with your future spouse, you will be so grateful that, first of all, that you waited it out and you didn't settle, and second of all, that you found them. You found the exact person that you've been looking for all this time. And also, I feel like when you get married, you will bloom. You both will bloom even more. I feel like you will enhance each other so much, and you will add to each other's lives positively so much. Because that is one of my biggest criterias when looking for a partner, is that, does this person add to my life positively? Because my life is awesome as it is, but does this person make it more awesome? Or can they match the awesomeness at least? You know, do they add positively? Because, you know, you're not looking for somebody who's gonna bring problems to you immediately when you haven't even started dating properly, or who's not gonna make the effort, or where you have to plan all the dates and like they don't do anything. I don't see you either with a person who's not generous, for example. I don't see you with a person who's not thoughtful. I see you exactly with a thoughtful person, a person that will take your emotional experience just as much as you take theirs seriously, who cares about your emotional experience just as much as you care about theirs. This is the kind of person I see you with, and this is the kind of person your future spouse is. All right, we got success. We got number 61, Myrakite crystal card. So you could be in your 60s, no worries if you're not. I mean, a lot of you won't be, because I know my viewership, because I can see like the data. I know some of you are, but most of you are in your 30s and 40s. Number 7 is a strong one here, so you could be seeing a lot of number 7s right now. Even you could have life path number 7. You could be born on the 7th of any month. You could be born in the month of July, the 1st of any month, the 6th of any month, and obviously those months as well, January and June. You are meant to be like this power couple, because you're both successful people in whatever you do, and your definition of success is compatible. So, you know, for some people, you know, having a lot of money might mean success, but for others, having peace of mind and work-life balance could be success. or doing something they love for work, or being of service, or having a sense of purpose, or being able to enjoy life the way they want to. So different people have different definitions of success. I would love to know what success means to you in the comments. Let me know, because it's a very versatile question. Having a happy family could also be success. You know, like for you, both of you might want to build a happy family, and that will mean success to you. So very grounded energy from your future spouse as well. I feel like you are more like in your head more, and you're more like the kind of person who's connected to spirit, and you're kind of like, woohoo, like, you know, you will never take me alive, woohoo. And then your person is more like grounded, like logical. Not to say that you're not logical, but you know what I mean, guys. There's like different dominating aspects of each personality, right? Let's see what other cards we have. So we got King, Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. So I feel like you're both going to be able to live life to the fullest. And I feel like your future spouse right now in their journey, they're learning how to live their life to the fullest with what they have at this moment in time. And they're a very prosperous person. I feel like they're quite abundant. Their energy comes through as quite abundant, very masculine energy for your future spouse. They're in their healthy masculine energy now. And they're creative more with that. They're able to expand their life, expand their energy, expand their resources, expand their mind as well, I'm hearing. They're quite open-minded, which is good because you're a bit cuckoo, just like me, if you're watching this. In the best way possible. It's just that, I mean, if you're like me, then you're weird as well. So, you know, they will love the fact that you're a bit quirky, weird. I love the word weird, by the way. I find it as a compliment. If somebody tells me I'm weird, I'm like, oh, thank you. That means like you stand out. It's unique, right? Because for me, weirdness equals uniqueness. So they will see you as a unique flower, a unique sweet pea. They might call you sweet pea as well. I got toxicity. So basically, so this is the card, right? But basically these few cards, so I've got 3 cards here. These 3 cards over here, I've taken them with the question of where are they in their romantic journey at this moment in time. So they are detoxifying their relationships, romantic relationships, and the kind of people they're choosing. I feel like the people they chose in the past have been either, we'll double check something quickly, okay? They have been with people who have brought out, you know, their most toxic selves, the worst selves. But now they are moving away from that. And it says toxic relationships can drain your energy and self-worth. Be aware. So they're past people that they've been with. I don't know if they're in a relationship right now, but if they are, they will be in a toxic relationship right now with somebody, or maybe somebody from the past that was toxic is trying to come back in their life as well. That's another message I'm hearing. Remember, there's many of you watching, so it will be different situations for different people. But they are cautioned by spirit to be aware of these people coming back from their past as well. But they have been drained. I feel like they came out of these relationships with being like a shell of themselves. I feel like they even like neglected their friendships. I don't see this for your relationship at all. Your relationship is like super cool, very empowering. But right now we also have photo proof, getting evidence, and hustling, making it rain, focused on money, getting it. So the photo proof is kind of like bringing me back to these toxic relationships a little bit, because I feel like they've been gaslit so much in their relationships that they would feel crazy, and they would find themselves maybe recording themselves in a conversation just so they can listen back and be like, no, she actually said that, he actually said that. No, I'm not crazy. Or getting screenshots if like they've been, you know, because some of them have been betrayed in relationships, you know, finding the evidence of being betrayed. And that crushes you, man. Like, that's so rough. So now at the moment, what they're doing, they have moved away from these toxic relationships, and I feel like they're not giving chances to people from their past, but they are not really dating, they're focusing on their money. They are a successful person, they're coming through as a very career oriented person. I feel like they do well whatever they do with their job. And we got new life and we got breathe, number 29 and 39. So they could be in their late 20s to their late 30s as well, or you could be as well. There could be a 10-year age gap between you two, because that hasn't escaped me as well. We've got number 12, so that's number 3, and we've got number... No, we've got number 11, sorry, so that's a master number. So you could be seeing a lot of 1111, or just number 11, around the time you're getting together with your future spouse. That's to show that you're on the right path and to keep going. And you could be seeing as well a lot of number 3s around the time you're meeting your future spouse. Your future spouse is building a new life. I feel like they could not long be out of a relationship, said toxic relationship that I was talking about, but I do really feel like their ex is trying to have some sort of hold on them still. It's not that they're together, but they want to keep, like, stay in their life, like keep relevance, keep tabs on them. It's just not the best, but they're, because they're building a new life, they're moving away from all of this. They're really moving away from all this. They're doing their best. But they're really taking steps of building the life they want to have, focusing on their money, focusing on their career, focusing on meditation, going within, self-awareness, and connecting with themselves, but also with the universe and with the world around them, expanding their mind. That's really what is coming through here. Your future spouse currently is expanding their mind, whatever that may mean to them. They could have not been open to spirituality that much, but I feel like Spirit has been giving them quite a bit of signs recently to get them on the right path, well, to you, right? And they have been expanding their understanding, their minds. They have walked away from these people from their past now. That's just an extra confirmation. Walking away from something that's not serving you as when it comes to your romantic relationships, because this is what I'm focusing on in this reading. I'm not going to be looking into like what do you do for work or anything like that. It's just the fact that they're wealthy. I can tell you that, but I'm not going to be diving deep. But yeah, they really walked away from those people from their past now. They don't want to keep in touch with them. They're actually reconnecting with their inner child, I'm hearing. And remembering what they really wanted when they were this little child. They're even going back to places that feel nostalgic to get connected to themselves better, and to practice, again, this expansion of mind. And in turn, they're expanding their energy, right? So this is great. This is great because they understand that what they have been doing so far hasn't worked. They haven't led them. It hasn't led them to where they need to go. Your future spouse could be feminine as well. So if you're masculine watching, for a feminine, then the feminine is a strong air sign placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Now, how to get your Venus sign? You download an app called Time Passages, and you get your full chart there. It's free. I'm not endorsed by them. I just use it myself, so I recommend it to others. So we've got 4 of Cups. We've got Page of Wands. I mean, they don't really see any options around them at this time that are, you know, that they would like to date. So they don't really They're not really dating anybody right now. As I said, they're just focusing on their career, on their money. And if you are the feminine watching this, by the way, then you have strong air sign placements. Could be born in the month of June, well, or January as well, right? If your spouse could already have a child, but no worries if they don't. If it's a deal breaker for you to be with somebody with a child already, then you won't date somebody with a child because that's a deal breaker for you, right? You need to look after yourself and use common sense with these readings as always. Then we've got Seven of Cups as the last card. So the masculine in this connection is coming through as younger than the feminine. They're coming through as a strong earth sign placement, and the masculine here is the one that's really walking away from the toxic patterns and relationships in their life. I mean, if you're watching for feminine, that's true for her as well, but I feel like she's a bit further along in the journey than the masculine is. Because everything, like if you're masculine watching, then everything I could have talked about, it could have applied to you as well, right? Even if you're the feminine, it could apply to you. But yeah, strong Cancer placements as well for either of you. I've got Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. Again, lots of sixes in this reading overall. Five of Swords underneath the Four of Cups. Yeah, I feel like the options that you're both having right now, they're just like a bunch of disappointments. They're just really not your people. So I feel like you both are kind of just keeping to yourselves. But Spirit is really, really leading you back to each other. And I feel like for the masculine, it will be something that's nostalgic to them, a place that's nostalgic. So let's say you spent a lot of time in Edinburgh as a child or a teenager or a young adult, and you know Edinburgh has like positive associations for you, and you don't live there anymore, and then you book a flight there and you come to Edinburgh, and that's where you meet your future spouse. I'm getting like that sort of energy. Yeah, it's destined though. Like you don't have to worry because your spirit guides are really bringing you together, especially with the masculine here. The masculine is kind of guided because they're expanding their mind. They're going within and they're meditating, they're breathing, they're doing the stuff, the thing. They're kind of being led by spirit more. The feminine, I feel like she's kind of like just doing her thing as well, but she's focusing on her work and her money. She's quite I think the feminine is learning to speak up for herself in this connection, in general in life, not just in romantic situations, but also in romantic situations, because I feel like the feminine in the past kind of just went along with whatever was there, without advocating for herself. Maybe because she didn't want to push the masculine away, in the connection. But yes, I'm getting probably long distance for this group, guys, because yeah, I've got 3 wands there as well. But the feminine, by the way, with the feminine this connection, she will have choices. She won't just have this Knight of Pentacles here. She will have other choices to choose from. I know now it might look like there isn't many, but she will actually have choices because she's the Empress as well. She did come through as a Queen of Swords for a minute, but I feel like it's just her outer mask. She really deep down is the feminine, and she vibrates on a feminine, like strong feminine energy. And I feel like with this Knight of Coins here, they do have more of an energy of a Hierophant for me. So they're really like grounded as well. They're like serious. They're looking for marriage. So just because they're younger, I'm not really seeing the fact that they're not like serious. They're serious about finding a person. But I feel like the feminine is probably gonna talk to the masculine first in this connection. Doesn't mean that she's asking him out, but I feel like she will be the one talking to the masculine first for whatever reason. Your future spouse could look something like this. They could look something like this. They could look something like this as well. I mean, these are all white people, but oh, they could look something like this. If it's feminine, then something like this, or this, or this as well. Or this. There we go. Lots of faces. I just love all the faces. Love beautiful, beautiful imagery on this deck. But yeah, guys, I mean, you're getting there. It's just that it's a process, isn't it? Like a process of learning, just learning life lessons, right? You know, choosing better, especially for your future spouse, because they haven't been choosing well with the partners, and now they're learning to do better and to choose better for themselves and to take responsibility for the choices that they make instead of just going with the flow, or like going with whoever is the hottest in the moment. Like, no, that's not gonna work anymore. But there's some sort of, I don't know, like the way you're meeting, it is still some sort of like a creative pursuit, or like something you're passionate about. You're traveling to a place that you're nostalgic for, passionate about, like your future spouse. And that's how you're meeting. And this kind of looks like a microphone to me. So maybe they're going to speak somewhere, or you're going to be speaking somewhere, like at an event, at a conference, whatever that may be. And that's how you will meet. Because like one will notice the other and like come up and speak to them. So that's why it makes sense for me that the feminine would speak to the masculine first. Because like if the masculine speaks, you know, is the speaker somewhere, it would make sense for her to come up to them and like talk about what they spoke on stage about, or in front of people or something like that. But yeah, overall, like this masculine is really committed to building their life, but so is the feminine, a new life that is, and to choose better and to move into this era of their romantic life with determination, vision, and their values shining, you know, within and without, I guess, inside and out. And standing by those values as well, right? But yeah, don't worry. Like, there's all gonna be, if you're the feminine watching, there's more options gonna come. It's not like your future spouse is only one of the options, but you will be having quite a few options to choose from around the time. Could be just one other person, right, and your future spouse that you're choosing from, but you will actually have decent options soon in love. So this is a nice little message for the feminine. And for the masculine, if you're watching this, you know, you will meet your person, you know, sooner than you think. Just because they're all the options right now, they look all the same, and just like your old patterns, doesn't mean that nothing better is gonna come along. Okay, that was a weird sentence, but I hope you understood. Okay, so this is what I have for my pile number 3s. I hope it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments. No worries if it didn't. Just pick another pile or pick another reading. And if you like my vibe, please also comment and subscribe. Everything and anything helps the channel grow. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys, especially your subscribes. Subscribes are really what makes the channel grow. And well, the more we can grow, the more content I can then put out, and the better quality equipment I can get to make this content even better and more digestible. Now it's just kind of like, I mean, I will always keep it authentic because I don't really edit much or anything like that. But, you know, when you have better equipment, you can have better angles instead of just me having to sit on the floor. I can like do different things with different stuff. So yeah, thanks so much for all your support. Hit that notification bell down below to get notified whenever I upload a new reading. And of course, like and comment if you feel like so. And yeah, guys, I love you, and I'll just see another reading. Bye.